So when I first heard that Rockwood Ultra Lite's new floor plan was going to be a 30-foot slideless unit for a 2026 model year, I got to be honest, I was a little skeptical. In my mind, I'm like, okay, that's your silver bullet. You're coming out with something without a slide, and you think that that's going to be good and it's going to be successful. And, you know, I should have trusted the Rockwood name. This is honestly my favorite slideless floor plan right here. They have done a fantastic job. It's all open. You have a front kitchen, mid-living, pass-through bath, but again, it's a couples coach, so that's fine. Nice big bedroom. Everything is laid out so incredibly well. I think you're going to agree with me that they actually did a really good job. So let's actually head in and take a look at what we got. So starting off with the front kitchen. So as you will see, you know, again, it's Rockwood. It's clean. It is open. You have a ton of storage all the way around. You're getting a true solid surface countertop in here. You can see the nice big fridge. As I mentioned, theater seating right in that midship. That's going to be right across from the TV. We have a pop-up table I'll show you in a little bit here. Pass-through bathroom. And then we get back into the bedroom here with the centered queen bed. Now, there is, you know, I guess I kind of went through this and I took a look what I liked, what I didn't like. There was one thing I wasn't a super fan of here in the kitchen, and that was just the cabinets themselves. And it's not, I shouldn't say that. It's not the cabinets, it's the placement. So I like the cabinets for a few different reasons. You have a ton of storage up here. You have hidden hinges and they're soft close. But what I didn't care for was this right here. Okay, so if I'm washing dishes and I'm 6 foot tall and I go down, like there's going to be a pretty good chance I'm going to smack my head right here on this cabinet. They're not alone. I've been in several floor plans, a lot of manufacturers where that is a problem by the sink, but that's really the only negative I could find in this entire coach. Other than that, everything is great. Like I said, solid surface countertops. You have a pop-up power tower right here in the corner. You have the undermount stainless steel sink. Of course, our faucet is going to be a pull-out underneath. There is enough space for a trash can. I always appreciate that. Also, what you'll notice is that, so I don't know if the viewers know how this works, if you have one at home, but with the pull-out faucet, there's going to be a weight on the bottom. A lot of times manufacturers stuff everything underneath here, and this weight ends up getting stuck, and then the faucet doesn't retract like it should. It kind of gets hung up like this. So the fact that they left that open, I think is, again, just great design, whether intentional or not. I like that they did it. You'll also see over to this side, you have 3 full extension drawers, comes with your flatware divider. And again, those are all going to be soft close. This bottom one is a little bit deeper than the others. And then over to this side, again, good storage right over here too. Has a pantry, especially in 2026, definitely something that you're going to want. And then over here's your 3-burner cooktop with an oven, and then storage right down underneath that. Of course, we have our microwave up top. Little cubby hole there. You know, I know they tried to utilize the space. Not sure what I'd put up there, but I'm sure I would find something to fill it. And then we take a look at the fridge freezer here. Opening this up, we can see we have good space. We can see right over here, this one is going to be a 10.2 cubic foot. That is a 12 volt as well, so it runs off the battery. We have the freezer right down below. Now, one of the things I also like about this one is that it's going to stay nice and cool because you have the second optional AC. You have your main one here. There's going to be a second one in the bedroom. This one is pretty fully loaded, this one that I'm reviewing. When we go outside, you'll see it has a platinum package on there as well. But the second AC in a coach like this, it's going to be great. Now, as we move into the main living area, what you'll notice is that you have your theater seating right here. Directly across is going to be, well, a giant window in case you want to look out at your campsite. Love that. You also see that it has a TV on a lift, so that can pop up. Perfect viewing angle, and they have nice space-saving design. You have a pop-up table. Now, it does come with 2 foldable chairs. Those are underneath the bed. But again, I think this is just such smart design. This is so open for not having a slide. It's absolutely incredible. And the way that they have done this, you know, again, I just like the fact that you have a table when you need it. If you don't, it's put away and everything is just open. It feels so large. Moving into the bathroom here, We can see that, again, it is a pass-through bath. It's nice and spacious. Huge storage for linen closet. I mean, that is big, big storage when we're talking about a bathroom. Not only is it wide, it's going to be deep. I mean, probably more storage than you need in a bathroom, but that's okay. I'd rather have more than not enough. And then we will see here. So in the bathroom, they did do a thermoformed rather than a solid surface, but it matches. So, you can't really tell. So from an aesthetic standpoint, I think it's still good. And again, it's going to save a little bit of money there, which is not a bad thing, right? That a lot of times gets passed on. This is something that I don't super love. Again, I understand why they did it. You have some heat ducts and things running through there, and it's probably why they made the linen closet so big, is to help account for that. So again, not a deal breaker by any stretch. Now, over across the way, you have a porcelain toilet here. That is on a good angle. As you can see, there are not going to be any issues with knees, shoulders, anything like that. And as for the shower itself, this is going to be a two-piece. You have a one-piece surround, and then you have the shower pan. But when I step in here, I mean, you can see that I have a pretty darn good amount of headroom, especially for a travel trailer. And, shoulder-wise, I mean, I can stand in here. I can even stand sideways and still be able to shower in here. I have pretty good space to move back and forth, and that's generally just not the case. So, again, I think they did a great job in the bathroom. And even though it's a pass-through, I know some people, there's a stigma about it. So you're like, oh, well, it's going to trap, guests. Well, you can only sleep 2 people in here, so you're not going to have guests. So it works perfect in this coach. And then you see your bed that is going to be centered. Now, because it's Rockwood, this has aluminum framed, right? All of their bases. You can see the aluminum frame right there. I am a big fan of that. Anything that's going to be a quality build, I enjoy. You will also see right here are your chairs. As I mentioned, they fold up. You can just take those out, drop those to the table, and then you have storage here right down underneath. Going back up top, you can see again storage on kind of on both sides. You have storage across the top as well as the wardrobe here. Open that up for you so you can take a look. But, pretty good sized wardrobe. And then you have your nightstands with drawers there as well. And I don't know if you can see it, but kind of tucked away, you have electrical outlet and USB port, and you will have that on both sides. So again, should probably hit this too. While you're in bed, by the way, you have a 27-inch TV. That is 12 volt too, which I like, because that way you can run it on batteries, right? This is meant to be like a boondocking coach. So, your TV you can run on batteries. The refrigerator you can run on batteries. The shower has the Shower Miser water-saving system so that, it's going to be a recirc system, so you're not wasting all that water as it's heating up. For being a non-slide coach, I really think they knocked it out of the park on the layout here. But there's some great features outside as well I want to go over, so let's touch on those. Okay, let's talk about the exterior of the 301 FKT. First things first is just going to be the size. So they made this one under 30 foot, which is going to be really important if you want to be able to take it to national parks. And again, considering this is a great coach for boondocking, I think that was an important element of the build. Another thing, obviously, is you don't have slides, so you're not going to have to worry about dealing with that at the campsite. If we take a look up front, there's a couple other options and things I do want to talk to you about. The first one is going to be this right here. This is the BAL auto level, and as I mentioned, that is part of the Platinum package. So just like you would have on a fifth wheel, you open up that top, there's a control panel in there, and you can just use that to literally level out the coach without having to worry about it. It's one of the kind of most annoying parts of setup, and it completely eliminates it. It also gives you 2 30-pound tanks instead of 20 pounds. Again, more propane means you can stay out camping longer. We can see that we have a dual battery box here, the rock guard up front, and the 3/4 front cap with that gorgeous windshield. And we saw that when we were inside in the kitchen. Now, coming around to the side, talk a little bit about the fiberglass. One of the things I appreciate about Rockwood is that they use composite behind that fiberglass rather than a Luan substrate. So for a long time, a lot of people know the name Azdel, and Azdel is a composite, but a lot of manufacturers, Rockwood being one of them, kind of went away from saying they exclusively use Azdel, just in case there's a shortage and they have to use something else. But just know that a composite is going to mean that there is less chance for any kind of delamination. It's going to be lighter weight, and you don't have to worry about, again, just like absorbing any moisture as well as off-gassing. Something else that I really appreciate is going to be right down here, and that's going to be for the tires. They use Goodyear Endurance tires. Folks, nobody wants to have a blowout. Having a good American-made tire is a great peace of mind. I love that they have that here. You also get the Dexter Torflex axles, which is going to be a torsion axle. So rather than having the leaf springs, essentially you have a steel bar and you have 4 rubber cords that surround it, and it kind of creates like an independent suspension. And by doing that, not only does it allow it to have less mechanical wear, but it's also going to give you a smoother ride overall. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but up front there wasn't a pass-through, but they made up for it by giving you some pass-through storage right back here. Looks like we have some beverages that got put in there. But I like the fact that you still get the storage despite, you know, up front having that front kitchen. Because a lot of times on front kitchen travel trailers, you just don't get the exterior storage. I think it was very smart of them to put it in the back. You have a rear-mounted ladder so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof there, as well as backup camera prep in case you want that extra visibility in the back. And then as we drop down here, you will see this one also has an accessory hitch. Now, this is not meant for towing a trailer or anything. That's going to be a 300-pound weight capacity on there. And again, it's going to mainly be for like if you have a bike rack or some kind of other carrier that you want to bring along with you. Now, on the other side of the coach, again, that's going to be that same rear access there. You'll also see a 50-amp power cord because, as we showed, this one has that optional second AC. Moving up a little bit, we get into our 2 terminations. Looks like we have one right here and then another right up here a little ways. Our fresh tank fill will be located there. And then coming up is going to be our black tank flush as well as our city water inlet. And then we have the outside shower here as well. You also have the docking light control right over to the side. And again, just, you know, nice extra little storage area. More importantly, though, is the fact that you have access to a water pump. It's actually something that all Rockwoods are very good at, is giving you access to a water pump, because they know that it is oftentimes a failure point, and so they make it super easy to get to for troubleshooting purposes. But let me know what you think about this one. I think this is a great coach, especially in 2026, for not having to worry about a slide, being under 30 foot, being great for national parks and off-roading, or rather camping off-grid. I think this right here is the perfect floor plan. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker. Until next time, we'll see you.